gave the green light to controversial body cameras for police officers. Now, all the council members say they support cameras, but some had issues on how the program is being rolled out. The plan is to equip the first officers in 2 to 3 months and outfit the entire force within a year and a half. So did the council make the right move in approving the body cameras? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page. You can also weigh in on Twitter. Be sure to use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in the newsroom is our panel led by our senior legal analyst Chris Tritico, our news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. Good to see you guys again.
Good morning.
So 4 council members voted against this, and the reason was they just said there's just not a clear policy in place for how long the data is going to be kept, among other things like when officers have to turn the cameras on.
And that is the biggest issue involved here. There isn't anyone, I think, that's opposed to police officers wearing body cameras. But the Houston Police Department has steadfastly refused to come out with a policy that dictates when you must turn it on, only when you can turn it off, and how long you're going to keep the data. Keeping the data part is a very critical issue for the Harris County Criminal Lawyers Association, where when we need information from these body cameras, if they don't have a policy, the officer can delete bad tapes at their discretion, and there's nothing that the defendant in that case can do about it. That's the issue, and that's why 4 council members voted against it, Mustafa Tamiz.
Well, I think that the mayor described it. This is in 3 parts. One is to acquire the cameras and for the funding for it. Second part is to developing a policy, and then the third part is figuring out the storage. And so the first part just got done. Even the 4 council members that voted against it said that they support having cameras. It's a matter of developing the policy, and I think that's the next phase.
But isn't it backwards? Shouldn't you have the policy before you buy the cameras?
No, this is about financing, right? Because in order to go through a procurement process, it takes a much longer period of time. This administration is running out of time. There's only several months left.
Yes, it
and
is
so
backwards.
I think it's part of the process. And we really need to be more generous with our police officers in this. This is a difficult thing.
Yes, it is backwards because even though all of us, everyone's in support of body cameras, but if you have a pilot program, you need to have the policy to implement the pilot program to make sure that it's working efficiently and effectively. Right. And if you don't have the policy in place, when you do spend $6 million for these body cameras, how do you know which policy to implement? So yes, it is going backwards, and I think the fact that C.O. Bradford is one of the 4 members who voted against this, a former chief of police and who knows a lot about security, both he and Kubash have been very vocal about this. Even when we started the pilot program, they were like, where's the policy, where's the policy? And the fact that we're still asking that question is very troubling.
Now, Dwight Boykins, in arguing in favor of this, said, in citing Trayvon Martin and Ricky Tolan from here, said, we can't wait another minute. He was very, very emotional about, we can't wait another minute to get this policy out, to get this procedure out.
Again, I don't think anyone is is arguing against body cameras. I think everyone, including police officers, I think both, because statistics have shown when you do have body cameras, a lot of the incidents against police officers, a lot of the complaints against them are turned down because you actually have the evidence. So I don't think anyone is arguing against body cameras. I think what we're saying is shame on you for not having a policy to implement when we actually knew we were going to do this over a year ago.
All right, let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
Okay, Houston Police Department Twitter account. Let's head over there first. They've got a picture up there for you of exactly what the new body cameras look like that these HPD officers will begin wearing. They also tweeted out that Chief McClelland pledges to review the body cam policy every 90 days. And apparently there is a copy of a draft policy that can be read at a link. So you can go to @HoustonPolice if you want to actually read this draft policy. And then one of our council members, Brenda Stardig, said she voted against the contract. She supports the cameras, but there are just too many questions. And she's also upset about no public hearings being held in her district.
I just love the chief. I pledge to review this policy every 90 days if I ever get around to writing one.
Well, look, no, that's not fair. Look, there is a draft policy that's been publicly posted. They're saying they're going to review it every 90 days because it is an evolving technology.
I agree with that.
This is new for all police departments. And rather than being supportive of police officers in this process, imagine if any one of us was asked to wear a camera to our work. it's a big enough deal, right? So they want to be thoughtful about developing a policy. Only 4 council members voted against it. All of them are supportive of this, and we're making a big deal about it because many council votes are far more divisive than this. This is the support from the mayor, from our district attorney, from our police chief, from our police union.
I
Real
also
quick.
think the point about having the public involved, having a public hearing about a policy this important, because remember, when Dwight Boykins was making his points, he was bringing up national cases that have happened. We've been blessed not to have it here, but the reason why we want to get the public's input is to continue to have the peace that we've had. And
We got to leave it right there.
But nobody says we can't have that discussion. It just means first let's make the contract to purchase it.
All right,
that's
we
all.
gotta stop
That's
right
all
there.
this is.
I said Ricky told his name was Robbie Tolan. I
Yeah.
apologize about that.